Hi guys, Chelsea here. How's it going? Happy Thursday. So what I want to talk to you about today is confidence and loving your body. So I feel like this is one of the things that we most commonly struggle with, everyone, particularly women. And I just think it's a lot to do with all the influences that we have around us, social media, all the media, in fact. And just things kind of like intensely, incredibly skewing our perceptions and especially making us harsh on ourselves. And I just want to talk a little bit about that today and tell you two stories and also just a little bit about my work experience and where I'm coming from. So I work at Athleta, which I'm sure if you guys have ever watched my videos or seen any of my posts about anything, you would know that I work there, and you'd also know that a lot of the themes of my videos is being proud of who you are and your uniqueness, and that's kind of more of what this is about. But as always, there's a specific, unique, individual story to go with that. And so at work, I literally see and interact with thousands of women. Not usually thousands in a day, but thousands in a week, and that is no exaggeration. Athleta is a huge company, or it's a hugely growing company. It's owned by Gap, and it's doing great, and we get a crazy influx of women and people, and so I interact with a lot of women, and the thing about that job, well, let me tell you what's really rewarding. What's really rewarding about that job is women come in and they're looking for clothes, and they have all these like skewed perceptions of themselves and are really harsh on themselves, and I get to help them fix that by picking out clothes that they like and making them feel confident and leaving there happy. And that is what is my goal every day when I go to work there, and what is the most rewarding thing about it. But the other side of it is that first part that I told you about how we view ourselves harshly and how we have this skewed perception. And so when these women come in, this is the most common things that I hear are like, oh, I don't like this about myself, blah, blah. And then the other thing is that we have all these models up on the wall, and these models are they have very athletic bodies and very fit builds and stuff, because it is Athleta, which is predominantly performance wear, and when I say performance wear, that's more like fitness wear. And so they're they're portrayed with this fit look, and so a lot of women will look at it and they'll gaze at it like very mesmerized or longingly, and they'll make this comment that just breaks my heart, and it is, man, I wish I had that. I wish I looked like her. I wish I were her. And then the last one bothers me the most. I wish I were her. And that is because, and that's because we're so unique in our own ways, and no one else in the world is like us, down to our very DNA, down to our genetics. We have these individual characteristics, these very unique features that make us who we are. And when they say that, it's like, no. I turn to them immediately whenever I hear a woman make that comment, and I say, no, if you were her, then you wouldn't be you. And I say that to them, and I think, like, this is, you're you, and you have these really cool, unique features, and that's what makes you beautiful. And I believe that we all have something very cool to contribute, and that is why we're here, and that is the reason that we have these unique features. And so whenever they say this, I point that out to them, and I'm like, no, you're beautiful. You need to love yourself and be proud of the wonderful uniqueness and individuality that you have and who you are, because we need you in the world, and that's why you're here. And a lot of them, I know it's a normal response to wish to look like that, and I don't blame them and everything, but at the same time, I also think it's a very skewed and not necessarily genuine perception of themselves. I think it's harsh. And I know I think it's okay to always want to strive to be better and everything. I think that's totally fine, but I think we're just definitely harsh and we should be a little bit more proud and confident. So one story I'm going to share with you is actually a story that happened today about a woman who came in. She was an adorable little lady, and she came in and she tried on a couple of things, and she had found this dress. And it was a tight-fitting dress. It looked incredible on her, incredible. And I'm not just saying that, I'm being very genuine. And she was very unsure about it, and she was somewhat self-conscious of it, and I could tell she was unsure, and she kept looking at it. She's like, I don't know, and I'm like, okay, what is the issue? What is the thing that is preventing you right now from loving the way you look? Because I think you look amazing, but I want to know what you think is the problem here. And she looks at me and she goes, I don't like my legs. And I said, well, what don't you like about your legs? And she said, well, my knees are wrinkly. and I laughed, because even though I probably shouldn't have, I did, because I think all of our knees are wrinkly. Like, that is a trait of like a human knee, is to have these wrinkles. And so I thought, wow, that's really silly, But in her eyes, it wasn't. That was a completely legitimate thing to be concerned about and to worry about. And I was like, no. I was like, your knees are fine. They're beautiful. They're different than other people's, but they're not really. They're human knees, and everyone has wrinkles. And then I said, well, what else is bothering you about this outfit? Because you really do look beautiful, and I really am concerned that you don't see. I want to help you see that, because I feel like you just are concentrating on the wrong things. And she said, well, she starts pointing out all these little details on her legs and little things, minuscule little things that no one else would ever notice unless they had an insane interest in that or a specific eye for that, but no one else. Like, they're so small. And she was pointing them out. She's like, well, I have this and I have that. And I was like, no, you can't even see those things. I'm not just saying that. Really, they're so small. I think that we focus on, I think that what you're doing is focusing on these things because you don't like them, but most people won't even notice those things at all, and they're really, really hardly even there. Your legs look great, and they aren't anything to be worried about. And then I asked her, because she was still concerned, and I asked her, I was like, okay, well, now that we know you don't like those things, what do you like about this dress? Why, like, what do you like? You're obviously stuck here in you're stuck trying to figure this out. You're not sure if you like it or not. Your things that you don't like are holding you back. So there must be some positives here. And she said, well, she started naming off the things she liked about it. She's like, well, this is cute, and this is, and I like the way this scrunches, and I like this, and I like my waist, and I was like, and the more she kept talking about all the things that she liked and all these positives, you could see the happier she got, and the more confident she got, and the more spunky she was, and she actually ended up loving the dress. The more that she went on, the more she liked about it, and she ended up buying it. And I told her, I told her at the end, I was like, hey, I am trying to influence you because I want you to see yourself in a positive light and and not be so harsh on you, but I'm not trying to influence you necessarily to buy the dress, because I know what it's like to have someone try and convince me and just sell me something that maybe isn't really, genuine, but I really think you look amazing in it, and I wanted to help you see that. And so she bought it, and she was really happy, and I just thought that was one of the most rewarding experiences, and I thought that was beautiful, and I thought, you know what? More people should be doing this. We should be focusing on the positive things about ourselves. We should be looking at the things that make us unique and that we celebrate and embrace and we like, because there's always something that you like about yourself. You have to like some things about yourself. I mean, that's what keeps you going. That's what gets you up every day. That's what gives you hope. So there are definitely positives, and there are definitely things that you are proud of. And those are the things that you need to focus on, because that's what keeps you happy and keeps you feeling good about yourself. And I want you to focus less on those negative things, okay? Because those aren't as important. What is important is what makes you feel good. And what is important is those unique things that you have to offer to the world and that everyone needs and can contribute from. And this makes the society better. And the other story I wanted to tell you guys, sorry, I use my hands a lot because that's how I am, very animated. The other story I wanted to tell you was a personal one about me. And I'm going to back up a little bit so you can kind of see what I look like. I know you can see that, but I am very voluptuous, and that's why I wanted to back up so you could see my body. But I have a lot of meat on me. I'm not a skinny girl. I'm totally fine with that. It doesn't bother me. I used to struggle a lot with that. I used to struggle with my frame, and I tried a lot of different things, which has led me down this path of holistic health and a happy, positive mindset, and seeing myself in a better light, and also sharing that with you guys. But I had someone comment to me today, and I have to admit there are some days I still struggle with that, seeing myself in this positive light, and I definitely have my downtime, so don't think I'm perfect all the time, and I, live this great, perfect life. But what I am better at, and what I have really, really gotten good at is focusing on those positives and feeling good about myself most days. And so this little story is that someone said to me today, "Well, wow, you're very voluptuous," and it's one of those comments that's like, I think it was meant as a compliment, but sometimes you wonder if that's just them trying to say, well, you're kind of a bigger girl, or you've got a lot going on, but just trying to say it in a nicer way. And at first, that was my first thought. I was like, oh, well, that's like, I don't know how to take that. But then my second thought was like, no. Thank you. I think that's a good thing. Thank you for telling me that, because I do. I am actually very proud of my voluptuous body and like my curves and everything, and that I have a little meat on me, and I know that's no one else has the same body as me. And I think that's really cool. And so I just wanted to share that with you and the other story as well, and kind of just encourage you to look at the beautiful things about you and highlight those positives and things you do like and focus less on the bad, and just feel good every day and be proud of yourself, because you really are awesome and you really do have something unique to contribute, and we all need to, we all want to know that, and we all want you to share that with us. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Happy Thursday! Whoops, almost fell off my chair. Bye, you guys.